Sanmonani guys, welcome back to yet another video, and we are speaking about the latest episode of Queendom. So guys, this episode opens up with Uketiwe. She is sitting on her bed in their room Nontando, and Uketiwe is folding Uandile's clothes into a suitcase because it is bye-bye time, because Mcebo said, "Get out of my palace." Guys, Mcebo benoma wakhe. Like just 2 minutes, nyana Banzi's not there. Guys, the palace has turned into like a place that no one wants to be in. That's how miserable the place is. So anyway, Untando asks Uketi, Wuti, are you okay? Urighty ma. Ketu goes on to say, Wuti, ngzoba righty ganjani. Like, how am I supposed to be okay? Yazi nje sometimes feel ukuthi like ngizelwele emhlabeni, like I came to this earth just to suffer pain nje, yazi ukuthi ngikhaphile nje, ngikhaphela ezinye ingane. I'm just here to experience pain. Untando goes on to say ukuthi noma ungayisho loyo nto, don't say something like that, obviously implying that that isn't true. Ketua goes on to say, I remember when he first arrived and he looked so lost and and scary, and she goes on to laugh. And then she's carrying like a t-shirt of his that she's folding, and she says to Ntando, "Do you remember the first time I bought him the shirt? When he put it on for the first time, he smiled and you could see that he feels like a prince." Now, it's just that type of conversation, guys, where they are thinking and they are reminiscing on memories that they have with Umtwana Uandile. Untando goes on to say, like, one thing he hated Vincent's clothes, then Upravi's clothes. Then they start laughing, and Untando goes on to say, like, it's a good thing that you actually bought the shirts for him. Guys, kuthiwa noba kushoniwe noba kuyakhala noba kushoniwe, guys, kuyahlekwa. And it was kind of cute. It was a bittersweet moment. Sweet to see them being able to still hold on to good memories they had with Andile, but bitter because it just feels like gone too soon type of situation. So while they're still laughing kanjalo, uKamahlangu comes into the room. Ukamahlangu comes into the room and she's like, "Yazi Mcebo ukhohlakele." Untando goes on to say, I don't know ukuthi umuntu wesilisa angakhohlakala kanjani kangaka. Like, how possible is it for someone to be this cruel? Ketua goes on to say to Ukamahlangu, she looks at her and she's like, "Mganam." Ukamahlangu goes on to say, like, where can I help? What can I do? Like, how can I be of help to you guys? Ketua goes on to say, like, what is there for you to do? Like there's nothing you can help us in this case, because, hey, like, guys, it's, like, what more can Ketua even ask for at this point? Or what could she even ask for? Because Ukamahlangu herself, she's in a difficult situation. Ukamahlangu goes on to say, "Nje Keti, like, ukuthi phela you don't have to carry the burden on your own. That's why I'm asking, like, where can I help?" She goes on to say, "Which is khona noba yini, like, no matter what you need help with, like, we are here, like, I am here." She goes on to say, "Yazini, maybe I could speak to my people that I trust. They will help you bury Uandile with dignity." Because right now, because Mcebo cut them off, guys, the finances, everything, every privilege that was coming from the kingdom is no longer going to be given to them. So Ukamahlangu is offering that with her connections, that at least Umntwana Andile is buried with dignity. Uketiwe avumeke, guys. She says yes, like that would be nice. Untando goes on to say, like, so kulumile no Sanusi yet. Uketiwe says, "Hey, I'll call him now, but it's important that whatever we do, we need to do it in a very private way, in a very discreet way, because akafuni ukuthi Mcebo must know ukuthi uAndile ungakene kuphi." Guys, one of my issues with the way uAndile was treating this whole thing is that bazomthwebula, guys, or they'll do something. So I am kind of glad that Ubanji is not here, but it seems no one's going to be part of this funeral. So I guess in a sense we can trust that uAndile will rest in peace. Anyway, we see Unyambose and Upoto, they are trying to cut a tree or they trying to cut something angazi laphayana, but Unyambose basically is making noise and shouting at Upoto, uthi wena udla manqamnqe too much, you eat junk too much, like well udla ipapa because awufinanga, like you're supposed to be holding this thing, but you can't hold it nicely because you don't eat pap. Hey, anyway, basically, uBoto, you can see he's kind of bored. He's like, Sheshisa phela ngiyakusiza lana phela. The way things are at in the palace now, like, yay, uNdlovukazi is shouting at all of us, so hurry up because I'm helping you because I've got basically things to do. But the goes on to say ukuthi bosozwile, did you hear ukuthi there's an old tradition that is done here in the kingdom of where if the king is ill, his best servant has to basically sacrifice his life for the king to live. Well, Nyambose opens his eyes and he's surprised ukuthi hayi wena like izinto zakudala, those things don't happen like anymore. Upot is like, hayi well, those things still happen. Like recently, that thing happened. Ubanzi's father got ill, and when Ubanzi's father was ill, his gardener was killed in order for Ubanzi's father to basically live. And indeed, when there was a sacrifice made, Ubanzi's father did get well. Ayo, now Unyambose is scared, guys, because he's like a gardener was killed. Usho ukuthi ke manje Unyambose needs to be the one, njengoba the king is ill now. Nyambose needs to be the one who must sacrifice his life so that the king can heal. Guys, the way I was laughing because I'm just like the way Nyambose is seeming so scared. Then and like you can see Uguti like he doesn't want to believe what's been said. I think I don't know if there's a truth to it because I couldn't seem to find out whether it's true or not. But listen, while Upot is still speaking there, all we hear Undlovukazi saying, yay man, ubano shele zich alana. And Upot just gets up, he's like, Ndlovukazi. Then he runs to Ndlovukazi. Guys, it's a mess. Like everyone is like busy because like you can't even afford an opportunity to just breed Nyan. Then Nyambo says left feeling scared there, guys. But you know Upoto, guys, Upoto is the gossiper of the palace. He went to and spread all of that ndabas to everyone. Now imagine Unyambose is like thinking with his days are numbered and literally everyone is feeling sorry for him because of Upoto spreading these rumors. What's worse is that there's a scene where now Talut Olo is taking a call, and when he takes the call, he steps outside and then he's basically saying to this person, no, I will update you once ngikhulume nodokotela nodokotela ngizokutshela ukuthi how is the king doing and whatnot. Nyambose decides to come close and he's trying to ask now that is there truth in this ukuthi. So he doesn't know how to put it, but he's saying there's a tradition ukuthi when the king is not well, there's a certain tradition that's done. Utalukolo goes on to say, yes, we are willing to do anything in our power to make sure that the king becomes well. Unyambose says anything in your power. So now the thing is, it's so vague because Unyambose is not being exact in what he's trying to say. And Nutalukolo, because he doesn't have patience for Unyambose because there's a lot going on, he's just, saying whatever he needs to say. And Unyambose is taking it in a way that Utalukolo is saying basically that yes, indeed, you're going to have to sacrifice your life. But I don't think that's what he was saying. When something's in your mind, guys, and then ukhulume nomuntu, and you're trying to read in between the lines, kanti lo muntu yazikhulumela nje, they know nothing about that. But Upoto, he basically feels like his days are numbered and everyone is basically feeling sorry for him. Abori Joyce are telling him to run away because he cannot be like, imagine sacrificing his life for the king. Inkosi nje ingathi yazalwa igula nje manje usifuna ukufela umuntu but manje ufuna ukufela umuntu ozalwe egula, like you wanna die for someone who looks like they were sick all their lives, like run away wena Nyambose. So that's going to be interesting to see how that action plays out. Then we see another scene where Untando, she's sitting outside on the steps getting fresh air, but you can see this thing is weighing on her of like the way things turned out here in the palace. Remember, guys, their plan was to come here, expose Ubanzi, and Andile was supposed to like sit on the throne again. And now the way things turned out, I don't think they actually thought things would be this bad. So Usanusi comes and then he says to Untando, Kosazana, we need to perform a ritual at the place Unlondolozi died. Abaphansi balindele lokho. So yeah, you know, in black traditions, the exact place where a person died or the room that a person dies, you have to go and fetch their spirit so that that spirit can follow you guys and go to the resting place because they believe then the person is not going to be resting. So that exact area where Uandile fell and died, they have to go and perform the ritual of him. So Untando's like Lapayana, like over there, like she's like, Yazi, I've been avoiding like going to that place. Like, do we really like have to go like there? And then Usanusi says, like, there's no way around it, Osazana, we just have to do it. And yeah. Then we see another scene, guys, where it's Uketiwa Benondando. They are leaving. Remember, Lokuzanum Ebo said the next day they need to be gone. So the next day is today. They are leaving, they are carrying their bears, they're about to leave. Ebo comes just right in time, guys. Just right in time, and is like, oh, so we'll jail. And he smiles at them, and they're just standing there and they're just looking at him saying nothing because they look defeated, to be quite honest. He's like, oh, yazi, here or nazi tombe ziga andile. He's not even saying umtuanu andile to show some respect. He says, oh, andile. Na tombe ziga andile. Watateni, take them with you because if Newashia Lana, these pictures are going to get ruined. Angazuti, what would they be ruined by? But anyway, he says they must take them for the funeral, guys. Then Ebo looks at Uketiwe. He looks at Untando, like looking at them like saying like yini laba, yini laba. Ebo goes on to say, no, Ntando said. I akhulumile-ke amadlozi. You were not born ebukhosini. Bangabile. Basically, they rejected you. He goes on to say that it would be nice and better for you guys to never come back here to the palace. Niezwa. Niezwa. Hey, guys, they just keep quiet and they just walk out. As they're walking out, was like, Aibo, manji tombe nazi tombe ni shielani. Then he goes to say, oh, aike anifuni. Aike matota zitateni. Take these pictures and basically nios lahlela lenga panji. Like basically saying, you guys don't want it, we're not going to need it in this house. So might as well the servants throw away these pictures. While they leave, Ganjali's like, yeah, like you can see he feels like he's the king of the palace. And he like his face, guys, he looks like he's achieved so much. When they've gone, Ganjalo, Ebo makes a phone call to someone called Vusi. Mede kulume phone in is like, Vusi, Nyabonga, thank you for falsifying the autopsy results. Hey, usebenzi lendota. So there's the confirmation. He did pay someone to basically temper with the results because the results would have came out to show Wuti there was foul play. And Uandile, they had a fist fight before he actually died. So do you understand? Those things should have been picked up on the autopsy report. So anyway, I was busy. The way he's laughing, guys, it's like it's the happiest day of his life. He's busy laughing on the phone. He's like, I hope you envelope, buy yourself something to drink. Hey, I will join you another day, then we can celebrate. I'm just like, boy, bye. Like, it's not yet time to celebrate. Okay, guys, then they're about to perform the ceremony at Utalutolo, Sanusi Ketiwe, and Undando. They're about to perform the ceremony by the place where Uandile passed away. So Usanusi gives Undando Islasha, and this Slasha, she's supposed to carry this Slasha. This is supposed to, I guess, symbolize umoya ka andile. So they're going to collect Sasha, and then when they get to the Ematuneno, get to the place where he's going to be buried, that Sasha supposed to stay there. So as she's going down on her knees and she's about to, I don't know, wave her hand or wave isihlahla like upon this whole place that he passed away at. Umcebo comes in and he's like, "Hayibo nina nenzani? Angishongo ukuthi nihambe. Shouldn't you guys be gone?" Sanusi goes on to say, "Mlondolozi siyacela lento esiyenza lana senzela ubaba wakho omdala." Hey, Mcebo says, "Yey, ungazongidenela nina hambani lana. Like, ningazongidenela mingitshela ngobaba omdala." Like, he doesn't have time for that. And he's like, "Anizwe manje ben." Sanusi goes on to say, like, "Why are you holding grudges with the dead?" Mcebo's like, "Ungazongibuza umphetho wena." I'm just like, the way Mcebo Ivo, guys, he feels like. Anyway, Sanusi goes on to say, "Unethunzi elibi around you. There's a bad," but Usanusi did say this to even Ubanzi. So he's saying it to Mcebo that unethunzi elibi, like there's a bad darkness that is following you. And this darkness is so like large, like it's dimming the light. Mcebo goes on to say to Usanusi, "Uthi usakhuluma namanje khehlandini, usakhuluma namanje khehlandini, ngithe hambani lana." Dalupolo decides to come in and is like, "Mlondolozi, the dead do not harbor grudges. Why do you? Like the dead, when they die, they don't have grudges. So why are you having a grudge on a person that's dead, even though you guys were not on good terms?" Haike, it looks like Mcebo heeds to what Utalukolo is saying, but he looks at Usanusi and he says, "Ukaphele wena khehlandini." I'm just like, the disrespect. Uketi was looking at Mcebo as if she just wants to say hi, Mcebo, but she just keeps quiet because listen, this is not the time. Talukolo goes on to say, "Ngiyaxolisa nina bamanzi, like I'm really sorry for this. Things were not supposed to go this far, but so bengicela Sanusi ukuthi uqhubeke ngomsebenzi." So Sanusi goes on with the ceremony, guys, basically asking Andile to go ahead or to go with Undando, to follow Undando. And he must not stay behind by the place where he died. Undando's going to lead him to the place of where he needs to be buried. Now, guys, it's leading up to the place where they're going in order to bury Andile. We finally see Ubravi. He enters or arrives at Ukashamba just in time for them to leave to wherever they're burying Andile. So they arrive there, you guys. When they arrive there, there's not much people. It's just the chief, the chieftaincy or the chief Loa Setakane, a few people who are like, I guess, dedicated to Andile, who loved Andile. And then the people who were there was Upravim, Undando, Uketiwe, and who else? And Usanusi. The rest, guys, those are the other people. And to a certain extent, I was just happy because I'm just like, abanye basale, guys, because where exactly are they going to when they didn't even want Andile? So, guys, the burial goes on. Guys, the burial, it did not even look like a burial that was fit for a king. But what more can we say? Guys, there was, yeah, it just did not look fitting. But anyway, then Usami goes on to say, we see Undando taking Sasa, then throwing it in the Mkotin where Andile's body is supposed to go in. And she says, "We've arrived at the place where we're going to lay you to rest." Sanusi goes on to say, "Siyazi wena mntwana ukuthi your journey was harsh, but we promise ukuthi we will take care of your daughter. We will take care of Uketiwe. And we know that you will do your side and do the same of protecting them and whatnot. We know that you are the rightful heir of the throne and whatnot," and just basically saying clan names and all of those things. He goes on to say, "Wutigmele angwaitre, you need to be buried as a king." And in their tradition, they believe when they bury a king, he needs to be seated upright when they bury him. Zangazi, do they take out the body or what do they do? Because I've heard about things like that. So yeah, Sanusi says Uguti needs to be buried seated like that. So before they do that, Ketiwe starts a song. She starts singing and then she goes and bow down by the coffin. I don't know what that is supposed to signify. Then she gets up and she goes and stand with the rest of them. That time, guys, a wedge. I'm just like, why is she wearing a wedge like emwabeni when like kusehlatini basically? But anyway, then guys, while they're busy singing like that, water starts flowing emkotin. And everyone is like surprised because you can hear the water. So the people Basekashamba, they understand what's that. But remember, Untando, she didn't grow up there. So she then says, Wuti, like, what's happening? But you can see Usanusi and Keti where they are smiling. And I believe that this is an indication that indeed Uandile has gotten to a place ufike kahle, and that he accepts his fate and that he's going to be resting or he's crossing over in peace in a sense. Guys, I think this is also a signal that, you know what, everyone who's been mad concerning Ebo, I think this is your signal that, listen, it's like Ebo's definitely not going to have the final say, because if there was that sign, Yamanzi, I think it was a signal to say that the ancestors are with Uandile and they're going to revenge or they're going to fight for them. Anyway, guys, let's park it right there. That is the latest episode recap. Tell me what you guys think. Please do make sure you like the video. Please do subscribe. It is absolutely for free of charge, and I'll see you guys on the next one.